Hey guys, Harsh here, back in the video. So today I have a very unfair comparison. So in this video I will be comparing the Nissan Skyline ER34, as you can see, very nice model. One from Hot Wheels and one from obviously one of the most famous resin makers, INNO64. So this will be a fun review. I mean, you might be sort of thinking like, why would I want to spend so much more on this model when I can just buy this for $5? And this I think cost around 8 times the price of this one. So it will actually be quite nice to see like what other things you are getting that you won't get on this Hot Wheels model, and also these answers to a lot of people, why would you spend so much on just a simple toy? Well, it is not a toy, it is called an art. And you know those people who like paintings and stuff, so you could say that they are just piece of papers, but it's not the case. Simply it's the same case with this diecast model. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So first of all, the packaging. I mean, the Hot Wheels, as you all know, it comes in this blister packaging with a card. I don't currently have that. I just took it out from it and threw away the card. Silly of me, but we all know that how Hot Wheels arrive. I mean, we have been playing them since as a kid. But if you look at the INNO64 there, you can see it comes in this nice black box. And you can't even actually see the car itself, so just quickly take it out of its box. And as you can see here, it is written LB Works and LB Performance. And I have actually reviewed this particular model in my channel, so if you want to check that video out, you can also do that. So nothing too special about this box. And as you can see, here is the car. It comes in this nice plastic hard case to display it, and also with a plaque telling about the details and name of the car. So we will just open it just like so. And here is the car, as you can see, and right away, I mean, you will be able to see some of the differences in the car body and the details, but let me just quickly unscrew it from its base and we will take a closer look. So here are the two models side by side, and one thing that I have to note to you is that this particular version is actually made out of resin, so it's quite lighter than the Hot Wheels one, because this is a full metal body there. So I guess you could say that 1 point goes to this particular, but you can also buy this particular car in the diecast version, but I wasn't able to find it in this particular sale, so I had to settle with the resin model. So now comparing them side by side, we can obviously spot the difference of the wheels. So obviously they have some sort of different times when they were licensed and all that stuff, so that's the main reason. I think that's why the wheels are different on them. And one more thing that you have to note out is the size. So this is actually 2:1:264 scale, and this Hot Wheels I think is not. So as you can see, the Hot Wheels is quite a lot bigger than the INNO64 version. So as you can see, the length of the car is a huge difference there. Also, if you look at the height of the car, you will be able to see that how much bigger the Hot Wheels version is. Now let's move on to the headlights. Obviously on the Hot Wheels premium version, we can see the headlights are just stickers placed in. So obviously we know that Hot Wheels, the premium models, have some sort of stickers placed in, or decals, whatever you like to call it. But on the INNO64 version, the headlights are plastic inserts, so this gives a very nice look to the car. The 3D effect the lights gives is pretty good to look at. And we can see the LB Performance logo. I think the print quality is same on both. Actually, I like the print quality on the Hot Wheels version a bit more than the INNO64, but as you can see, the license plate is missing on the Hot Wheels version, so maybe that's just a simple printing thing that they can do for their further cars. Now if we move to the hood, we can see we have a lot more stickers on the hood in the INNO64 compared to Hot Wheels, and that is because I think of the copyright issue. So Hot Wheels might not get all the copyrights for the sponsors, but INNO64, if it wants to build a car, then they will get all the sponsors and copyrights required to build the car. So that's pretty nice to see. And if you look at the windshield there, we can see we have quite nicely detailed wipers along with the Nissan Skyline logo. The same goes for the Hot Wheels version, but the windshield wipers are missing, and as you can see, the windshield is quite a bit loose and does not fit perfectly into this portion over here. Now if you look at the wheels over here, we can see the wheels do not move actually, but in the Hot Wheels they obviously do. So I guess you could say that 1 point goes to Hot Wheels. But the reason why they don't move is because of the realism. So as you can see, if you move to the sides there, you can see the wheels are slightly tilted towards the inside of the car, so this is called a camber, and this is actually on the real car as well. It helps the car to corner quickly. And on the Hot Wheels, you can see that they are just straight up, no camber, nothing sort of stuff like that. So for the realism you can say INNO64 gets 1 point, but for moving wheels obviously the Hot Wheels gets 1 point. And talking about the sides, we can see the INNO64 has quite a detailed exhaust system going on with silver pipes and black insides. So this is pretty nice to see. I mean, what more you could ask for in an exhaust pipe? But if you look at the Hot Wheels one, it is not even silver painted, it's just a black stubby thing sticking out. So another point goes to INNO64 there. I don't want to go into much detail about the exterior of the car because I think it's pretty identical to one another. The numbers are obviously different over here, as you can see. So this is the number 9 and we have the number 5 over here. Now if you look at the interior of the car, we can see we have the racing seats in red color along with the seat belts, as you can see, with yellow, some sort of company name or brand sticker there. Also if you look at the steering wheel, it is also colored in red and the dashboard has some silver accents to it, so that's pretty nice. And if you look at the Hot Wheels one, we can see we have black racing seats and they don't, I think, even have a hole in them for the seat belts, but seat belts are present, but it is not colored in any way at all. And obviously the steering wheels are also pretty black as well. And if you look closely, we can see we have the yellow roll cage, which is I think for INNO64 it is quite accurate because the pipes are actually quite small, but in the Hot Wheels one, as you can see, they are absolutely ginormous. So I think they just did a lazy job at duplicating it, but in the INNO64 obviously it is much more cleaner. At the back, if you look at it, you can see the X quite clearly, and here it is just non-existent, or maybe it is at the top, but because of the placement it's not right there. And then if you look at the back windshield, we can see we have these sort of lines over here which are not there in the Hot Wheels version, and obviously with the wiper there, which isn't there on the Hot Wheels either. Now if you look at the back spoiler, we can see we have the Liberty Walk logo here in matte finish and here in metallic finish, but that's just the way the paint works. But what I'm thinking is it is actually in the real car, the matte finish one. So here you can see the main difference of not getting the sponsors there. So as you can see, the Nissan PDC logo is absent from the Hot Wheels version, but it is on the INNO64, which fills the car a lot more than the Hot Wheels one. So this is another sort of realism that if you are looking for, you can find it. And if you look at the spoiler from the side, we can see you can see that it is in two sort of separate pieces, and this gives a very nice detail and realism to the car. But on the Hot Wheels one, it is just simply painted red. A lot of the details are missing, and at some places you can see that the paint is actually not there. So the base paint of the car, which is red, I believe, is coming out. Here at the sides you can see, but if you look at the INNO64 there is no sort of paint bleeding issue going on. Now one more thing that INNO64 version model have is the mirrors. So as you can see, the side mirrors are present with the reflective surface on them. So this is actually a pretty nice reflective surface because you can actually see your face in them if you really try hard, but I don't have that kind of energy, so I won't be doing that. But in the Hot Wheels one, as you can see, the mirrors are just not there. So windshield wipers and the side mirrors are completely absent on the Hot Wheels version. Now moving to the back, you can also see the size difference. The Hot Wheels one is much more wider and bigger than the INNO64 one. And here you can see the headlights are also, I think these are stickers placed in, and on the INNO64 obviously I think these are plastic inserts in this case. And then if you look at the diffuser, we can see we have a much more detailed diffuser on the INNO64, and the diffuser on the Hot Wheels is also quite nicely detailed, but obviously if you compare them both, the INNO64 will be more detailed and accurate. And somehow the license plate is present on the back side of the car but not on the front, and this is the same with the INNO64, but I think the writing is some sort of a different writing going on. So there it is, guys, an unfair comparison between the cheap version of an ER34 with a very expensive version of an ER34. So obviously the main thing is if you want to get it to display or play it as a toy. So if you want to play it as a toy, then obviously I would recommend the Hot Wheels version because it's quite sturdy, quite cheap, and you can easily find it online. And the INNO64, I think these are not currently being produced, so you won't be able to find any more once the stock runs out. So better grab them, but there is always some other company that manufactures them, so maybe watch out for those. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoy this video. If you have any comments, you can comment down below, and I will catch you all later.